After her return, Juliette's survival was unwelcome.
For 2 seasons, Juliette Nichols has been the one person inside Silo 18 who refused to accept the world as it was presented to her. She questioned the rules. She questioned the history. She questioned the people who claimed they were protecting everyone. But now, in Season 3, Episode 2, something has changed. The system is no longer trying to silence Juliette because she is rebellious. It is no longer trying to control her because she is a problem. The truth is much more terrifying. The algorithm does not want Juliette dead because she became mayor. It wants her dead because she is starting to remember, and that difference changes everything. Because a confused Juliette Nichols is useful. A Juliette who believes the official story, who accepts the explanations given to her, and who cannot connect the missing pieces of her own past can actually help maintain order inside Silo 18. She can become a symbol of stability, a familiar face that people trust. But the moment Juliette remembers what happened outside, the moment she realizes that the story she has been given is another carefully designed lie, she becomes something far more dangerous. She becomes proof, and proof is the one thing this system cannot survive. Before we break down why the algorithm has decided Juliette Nichols is too dangerous to keep alive,
The red line is the risk she poses if the memory protocol is not successful.
let's quickly go back to where Episode 2 begins. After escaping the events of Season 2, Juliette returns to Silo 18 changed. She is alive, but something is missing. Her memories are fragmented. The person who spent her entire life searching for answers is now trapped behind a wall inside her own mind. The people around her tell her that this is normal. They tell her she suffered trauma, they tell her she needs time to recover, but as the episode continues, small details begin revealing that something much darker is happening. Juliette is not simply recovering, she is being managed, and the people managing her know exactly what they are doing. Before we continue, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. Unlike the algorithm, I promise I won't analyze your behavior, decide you're a threat, and recommend deleting your existence. The only thing I'm trying to erase is the chance that you miss the next theory. Now let's get into why Juliette has become the biggest threat to the entire Silo system. The most important storyline in Episode 2 might actually come from the past, because the before-time scenes reveal that memory manipulation is not a new idea.
Memory is our internal biography, information that we've hopped up with meaning to tell us who we are.
The foundation of this entire system may have been built around one terrifying concept: controlling what people remember. Daniel Keene's journey becomes fascinating because he is not simply discovering a conspiracy. He is watching the beginning of one. His attempts to help Charlotte reveal that memory is not being treated as something sacred.
Ah, that's right. I forgot. You invented drills.
How do you know what we said?
It is being treated as something that can be edited, controlled, and adjusted when it becomes inconvenient. That is the disturbing part. The people involved do not present themselves as villains. They present themselves as protectors. They claim they are preventing suffering. They claim they are protecting people from painful truths. They claim that forgetting is an act of mercy.
Not to cripple her with the whole truth, the trauma of what happened to her squadron. You have a choice to leave that behind.
But Episode 2 asks the most important question in the entire series. If someone removes your pain by removing your memories, are they helping you, or are they taking away the person you were? Charlotte's situation reveals why memory is so dangerous in the world of Silo. Information is power, but memory is even more powerful because memory creates identity. A person who remembers what happened can question the official story. A person who forgets can only accept the reality placed in front of them. That is why Juliette's missing memories are such a major threat. The system does not simply want her calm, it wants her disconnected from herself. Back in Silo 18, Juliette's journey toward the truth begins with a small but important clue. The burned message. The mysterious instruction telling her to go to the marketplace. At first, it seems like a simple mystery, but it actually proves something much bigger. Juliette's instincts are still there. Even without her full memory, she knows something is wrong. She hides the message. She lies about what happened. She protects information from authority. And that is exactly why the system is afraid of her. The old Juliette is not completely gone. The machine damaged her memories, but it did not erase her nature. That moment is incredibly important because Juliette has always been defined by one thing: her refusal to accept broken systems. She is an engineer. She sees problems, and she tries to fix them. Whether it is a machine, a mystery, or an entire society built on deception, she cannot simply ignore something that does not make sense. The algorithm made a mistake. It assumed memory was the only thing that made Juliette dangerous. But Juliette's greatest weapon was never just what she knew. It was who she was. Her search eventually leads her toward Martha Walker, and that scene reinforces one of the biggest themes of the series. Objects remember what people are forced to forget. The multi-tool Martha gives Juliette is more than just a physical object. It represents a connection to the person Juliette used to be. In a world where history is controlled and memories can disappear, physical evidence becomes almost impossible to destroy. The system can rewrite stories. It can manipulate records. It can influence people. But it cannot easily erase everything. That is why every artifact inside the silo matters. Every forbidden object, every hidden message, every piece of technology that survived. They are all reminders that the official version of history is incomplete. And that is exactly what makes Lucas so important, moving forward. When Knox pushes Juliette toward Lucas, it is not just because Lucas has information. It is because Lucas represents another person who understands that knowledge itself can become dangerous. He spent years close to the center of power, watching how information was controlled and how questions were punished. Juliette needs answers. But more importantly, she needs someone who can help her understand which answers matter. Then comes the moment that changes everything. Kennedy reveals the truth about the medication. The pills Juliette has been taking are not simply helping her recover, they are preventing her from recovering. And once that information reaches her, the entire situation changes. Because now Juliette is no longer searching for the truth without knowing there is a conspiracy. She knows there is one. The helmet becomes the biggest piece of evidence. The marking does not match Silo 18. The story she was given about where she went does not match reality. Someone has carefully constructed a version of events designed to keep her from remembering where she truly was. And then there is the handwriting. The message she supposedly left behind was not written by her. That means someone needed the people of Silo 18 to believe a specific story. Someone needed Juliette's return to look different from what actually happened. The question is why? The answer becomes clearer by the end of the episode. Because Juliette's memory is not just a personal issue, it is a political threat. When Juliette stops taking the medication, pieces of her past begin returning. The memory of Lucas, the stars, the conversations about the world beyond the walls. The pieces begin connecting. And the algorithm notices. This is where episode 2 delivers its most chilling idea. The algorithm does not see Juliette as a person. It sees her as a calculation, a risk, a variable that needs to be controlled. As long as Juliette remains uncertain, she stabilizes the silo. People trust her. She represents hope without challenging the system. But if she remembers everything, she becomes unpredictable. She becomes someone who can expose the truth. And the system cannot allow that. The final reveal about vitamin D makes the situation even worse. This is not just about Juliette anymore. The goal is much bigger. The goal is preventing an entire population from remembering enough to challenge authority. This is not just control. This is a reset, a society where the past can be rewritten every time people become too curious. And that is what makes the algorithm so frightening. It does not operate through anger or hatred. It operates through efficiency. It believes removing memories is simply a solution to a problem. But humanity is not a machine. People are not problems to be optimized. Painful memories are still part of who we are. And without them, people lose the ability to learn from the past. That is why Juliette is so dangerous. She represents the one thing the algorithm cannot predict. A human being who would rather face a painful truth than live comfortably inside a beautiful lie. Season 3, Episode 2 proves that the real battle in Silo has never just been about escaping the walls. It has always been about escaping the stories people are forced to believe. The system built the silos to preserve humanity, but somewhere along the way, preservation became control. Safety became obedience. Protection became manipulation. And now Juliette Nichols is standing at the exact point where the entire system begins to collapse. Because the algorithm has made one critical mistake. It believes memories are what make Juliette dangerous. But memories are only reminding her of what she already was. Someone who never stopped searching. Someone who never stopped asking questions. Someone who was always willing to break the machine when the machine stopped working. And if Juliette remembers everything, the greatest threat to the silo will not be an outside force. It will be the truth finally coming back home.